Hey guys, this is Umbreon Messiah here. Shut up, Persephone. Um, I'm a little bit. I've been bored a little bit lately, and I haven't decided to start on my newest series yet. But until then, I picked up this game to keep me busy while I was writing and stuff. And I thought midway through, why the hell not? Since nobody else probably knows what this game is, I'll just fill you in. This is a sacrifice made by Shiny Entertainment about 2000. As far as I know, no one else but me knows about this game. There's like 2 or 3 people and then maybe 50 people online who have a community that still play this game. But other than those people, I don't know anyone else who knows about this game. But it is a frigging gem, a great strategy game, and I figured, why the hell not? So I'd give you a little run through, show you the first mission for Persephone. And if you people want to see more, then maybe I'll do more. Basically, the game is divided into the 5 gods, and each one of them gives you a set of like 10 different missions, and then there's the final mission, which is Hell on Earth. It's actually pretty difficult, and I can't believe that hardly anyone knows about this game, like I keep telling you, but it just seems to be the fate of things. It doesn't run like any other game I've ever played, so it would be kind of hard to explain, but I'm going to do my best. Basically, this first mission, I just gotta kill off guys that are terrorizing Persephone's peasants. And since I picked Persephone first, I get a certain number of different spells and different creatures than I would get if I picked anyone else first. I get, in terms of creatures, druids, shrikes, and rangers. I'm just gonna skip Zizix here. Rangers have are archers, ranged units. They're good against flyers, poor against melee. Their ability, Scry, is pretty useless. It just throws these little eyeballs out that reveal parts of the map. Kind of stupid. Shrikes are awesome flying units. They deal damage that knocks people down with their voices, and they have the life shield thing, which increases their defense by a ridiculous amount for no apparent reason. It's basically the only way they can survive, though, because otherwise they have very little life. It's a great thing, though, because Persephone's first units have a lot more survival than certain others. Anyway, the game basically works like this. You start off with your altar here, and as Zizix keeps telling me instructions, it's very hard to talk to you. Basically, you start with your altar. That's your main facet of existence. You run up to mana fountains, which are sources of magic, and you put these manaliths on them, and that means that the mana source is yours and belongs to you and no one else can use it. But in order to have the mana transferred to you while you're on the battlefield, you have to have these little creatures that are spewing mana out of their heads called mana whores, and I really wish I was kidding with that name. And basically how it goes is you collect souls, either blue ones, which are souls that anyone can use, or you convert red souls into souls that you can use, and you use souls to summon creatures of various strengths, and different creatures require different amounts of souls, and you use creatures and your own magic spells to blow up bad guys. Yeah, for the first mission, basically all Zizix does is tell you how to play the game. Since I've already beaten this game 7 different ways, I figured I'll just ignore him while I talk to you. Basically what I'm doing right now is converting heathen souls so that I can actually use them. Red souls are heathen souls. You can't just pick up a heathen soul like you could pick up a blue soul. You have to convert it, and then these little guys called sack doctors jab their needles in the creatures, suck them up, bring them back to your altar, and sacrifice them to your god, hence the name of the game, Sacrifice. I tend to turn on Life Shield as a preventive measure any chance I get. Right now, this is us trying to stop the war that the gnomes have started with each other. So, we're basically peacekeepers. I feel like I'm more Canadian now than I am normally. The first god you pick in the campaign determines the first unique attack spell that you get. For all wizards will get speed up and heal, but depending on who your god is, you get a different first attack spell. And the first attack spell for Persephone is Wrath, and it doesn't really do anything special except it just brings up little pink energy, green energy that you throw at people and they explode. It's pretty awesome. Okay, these things coming at me right now are scythes. They're basic melee units that when they attack, they regain life. But they're not very tough, so my creatures can take them down, and I can Wrath one and pretty much instantly kill it. The way it goes in this game is melee units are good against ranged, but they can very rarely, if ever, hit air units. Air units are great against melee, but ranged units take them down, and ranged units are great against air, and melee fucks them up to bits. And basically, as the game goes on, you get stronger melee, ranged, and flying units, depending on the gods that you choose to worship. And you just basically have to try and banish all enemy wizards and win the game. Right now, here we got some gnomes fighting, and yes, these are gnomes. Shooting each other with blast guns or whatever the fuck. Oh, and by the way, in case you didn't know, the reason my guy's name is All-Persephone instead of my usual name is I've already got a file in here with my usual name, and since the game I was starting was just going to be me choosing to worship Persephone through all 10 missions, I figured I'd just call him All-Persephone. But in case no one else has played this game, the main wizard of the game, his name's actually Eldred. And I'm just going to summon a few more Shrikes here. Group them up, send them around me, and we're off. One more druid couldn't hurt either. Speed them up a little so they don't get lost. Certain melee units are really slow. I like Frostwolves, the Stratos melee, better because they have speed up naturally. You don't have to cast it on them. Well, they have the ability themselves, you just have to use it. But oh, shit, those are fallen. Those are probably going to come back to life on my ass. By the way, the reason I keep erecting new monoliths. Yeah, I saw this coming. Well, considering, you know, I do feel I'm smart, you stupid little fallen piece of shit. There isn't much to say about this mission, it's pretty straightforward. The reason I keep erecting monoliths with the monolith spell is because the further away you get from your monoliths, the less influence your mana whores have on how much mana you regenerate, no matter how many you have of them, so it's just a better idea to keep erecting monoliths as you get the chance. Alright, here we have the final showdown of mission. It's against Thester. Thester is one of the gnomes that basically started the war, and he moved over to Charnel for a bit. And now these scythes are ripping up these peasants, poor bastards. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can, Thester, but just have to try a little harder. Thester isn't actually a gnome, though. He's a charnel unit known as a Deadeye. And he gives up because he's a pussy. Yeah. Yeah, your basic, basic end of mission gibberish, introducing special versions of characters you'll have throughout the game. And now we get a message at the end of the mission. Peasants thanking us, blah 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 blah. Oh, right. Those are Blight's undead buzzard thingies. They're fucking up the peasants nice and good. And then, memory serves me correctly, Jadagar shows up. Yup. He's a rogue. He doesn't worship anyone. So he's just gonna fuck these guys up, show us how badass he is. save the presents, and leave us some cryptic stuff. Chain lightning their asses. Yeah, he's pretty impressive for, well, this part of the game anyway. Glad I don't have to fight him. Any lives to this day? Yada 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 yada. You know, I often wonder how Zizix knows everything. It's not like he's been here before or anything. I don't know. I don't know how long he's been alive, but that little fucking imp knows everything. All right, well, that's the first mission of that's the first Persephone mission of Sacrifice, anyway. Yeah, cryptic words, cryptic words, cryptic words, and victory. So yeah, that's the first Persephone mission of Sacrifice. Hope you had fun with it.